Hey guys, so I thought I'd do a little get ready with me because I'm going out for dinner with my mum. So I'll show you a little makeup routine. Also, do I have a story for you? So I kind of have to be very quick with this because we do have to leave in like 15 minutes. I'll show you as we speak. So basically, this is there are many lessons in this story. The main one being don't be stupid. Another one, don't trust men. Another one, this is probably the biggest one in my opinion, trust your gut whatever you do. If you have a bad gut feeling about something, literally like you have to trust your girl. Anyways, first step, curl the eyelashes, Vaseline them up. So let me tell you the story. So I started talking to this guy on Snapchat. First bad part of the story, don't know him, he added me on Snapchat and that's how we got to talking. That's the first error in the story. And this was like August last year, because I remember it was August because it was around my birthday. Anyways, the first thing he asked me was, so we were just like snapping, and then first thing he asked me is like, he was like, this is a very important question, but like make or break, but like what's your music taste? And I was like, literally I agree, like that's very important. You've got to know the music taste before we can take this any further, you know. Anyways, so then I tell him, like I list out people I listen to, and he's like, oh my god, I love all those people, and then he lists the people he listened to, all people that I love, like, and then I was like, oh my god, this guy's the man of my dreams, like, this is literally, like, my future husband, like, he likes Taylor Swift, like, I'm never gonna find anyone like him, right? Anyways, kind of fizzled out a bit. By fizzled out, I mean he did unadd me, just randomly, like, we were mid-conversation, and then, like, anyways, in the summer holidays this year, it's like January, I was like at a sleepover with, this was actually the day that, if you've seen my beach vlog that I saw a mermaid, not clickbait, it was that day, because I had a sleepover with my friend Jade that night, and I was talking about him, and I was like, I'm literally never gonna get over this man, like, he liked Taylor Swift, like, he had the best music taste, like, we made a little collaborative Spotify playlist, and I still, oh, my speaker's still on, I still, like, listen to it, like, religiously, like, I was like, oh. Anyways, I was like, I'm never gonna get over this man, like, he's the love of my life, and then she was like, what if you just, like, added him right now? So that's what I did. Then we got to talking again, and he said the reason he unadded me was because he thought I didn't want to talk to him. I was like, okay, weird, I didn't tell you that, but whatever. Then, yeah, we're talking for like a while, so then, oh my god, why is it getting stuck to my eye? Then, like, we've been talking for like maybe 2 months at this point, and still haven't, like, FaceTimed him, I didn't even know his full name at that point, to be honest. Actually, no, I did, but, like, I didn't know where he, actually, no, okay, I knew that he told me he goes to school in, a different state to me. He said he goes to school in Sydney, and so I was like, oh, and he told me this, like, we'd been talking for, like, a while, and then he tells me this, and I was like, oh shit, well, this isn't really gonna work then, is it? But then, so we both, like, supposedly, we went to, like, the same concerts a few times, because, like, we have such similar taste in music, but, like, you know, we didn't know, because, like, we didn't have each other on Snapchat. Anyways, I asked him if he's going to any of the, like, upcoming concerts that I'm going to, and he says, yes, I'm going to Chili Peppers, and we were going the same night, so I was like, why don't we say a little hello there, like, because I haven't met this man yet. Anyways, and my mum was with me, and he knew that, so, like, it wasn't like I was just you know, if you think it's weird that my mum was there, he knew that. He was being weird about it. He was like, can't wait to meet my future mother-in-law. Shut up. Anyways, I'm gonna move this side. The lighting's better here. Then, you know, we're like still talking. Red Hot Chili Peppers come, and like after Post Malone, he was the opening act, did his little thing. We were messaging, and he was like, oh, I want to get food after this. Like, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm hungry. Like, I'll do that. And then it's like, where should I meet you? And he was like, oh, I'll just message you after the show. And I was like, okay. Anyways, after the show, no messages. And I'm like, okay, he was in the pit, like, because I wasn't. I was in the seats. And I was like, he was in the pit, like, big stadium, like, it's gonna take him longer to, like, get out. And then, like 5 minutes passed or something. And he still didn't text me back. And so I was like, okay, like, kind of do want to go home. I am a bit cold. So then I'm like, I was with my mum and I was like, do we just, like, what do we do? And I was like, okay, well, I can see a tram, so I'll tell him that I can see a tram, and like, if he doesn't message me back, like, then goodbye type thing. Anyways, didn't message me the next day, didn't message me, his snap score went up, still no message from him. And then so I, like, at that point I should have just unadded him. Like, I should have blocked him, to be honest. Like, I don't know why I kept him for so long, but whatever. It's my own fault. But, then, oh, by the way, this is what we're using. So, yeah, then, sent him a long paragraph, like, because he, like, made it out like he was, like, in love with me. Like, he was going on every day about how much, he sent me, like, poems. I hadn't even met him, and he was sending me, like, poems that he'd written about me. And when I said, like, I don't even know you, like, that doesn't, like, it's not specific to me, that poem you sent. So, like, how do I know this is about me? He got all defensive. So, like, I was a bit suspicious about that. This was when I started getting suspicious. Anyways, then he, like, apologized. He said his phone died. And I was like, okay, well, you could have messaged me the next day and been like, I'm so sorry, because, like, from my perspective, you just didn't want to see me. And, like, I don't know. Then he, I should have blocked him. Like, I should have. But I was just thinking, man, likes Taylor Swift, likes me, like, is in love with me, is writing me poems, like he can stay type thing. Anyways, then we're talking for like a few months more, and he's just like, I'm just noticing these weird things about him, like he never wanted to FaceTime. Like, we literally never FaceTimed once, because he was always busy, or too, like, he'd go on about how he's so socially awkward. Shut up. Anyways, so yeah, he'd never want to FaceTime me, because he'd always be busy whenever I asked him to FaceTime, or, like, call me or something. And, like, just weird stuff. Like, he doesn't have TikTok, which, like, not to sound like a child, but, like, what, like, teenager doesn't have TikTok? Let's just be real here for a second. His Instagram was, like, not his name. Like, it was this random username, and I kind of did a bit of a deep dive, and he just follows a bunch of, like, girls that I, like, have heard of that live in Melbourne, but they don't follow him back, and it's just all a bit suspicious. And yeah, anyways, gets to, like, the last holidays that we had, and I was, like, asking him if he wanted to hang out, because I was like, if you come to Melbourne, like, could I see you? And then he was just saying that he was really busy and whatever. Oh, also I forgot to say, we're using this one as well. And then I just, like, 10 minutes, I said to him, at this point, I was like, okay, well, like, we've been talking for, like, a few months now, like, you don't want to FaceTime me, like, if you don't want to see me, like, you have these holidays to see me, and otherwise, like, goodbye. you know, because I was saying to him, like, I don't want to have a 10-year talking stage. Like, I actually said that. And then he was like, okay, I'm sorry, like, if I'm in Melbourne, I'll see you. Yeah, and then, oh, also, he sent me videos. I'm trying to make sure I don't leave anything out, because I can imagine me getting to the end, the juicy part of the story, and then being like, oh, also this happened, I forgot to say. I'm just trying not to leave anything out. But, what else? What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, he would send me videos of him playing guitar, and, like, also, he never snapped me. Like, he snapped me, like, at the start, like, once, but he never, like, really, like, after that, he never snapped me. Like, he'd just send me photos, like, in the chat of him, and, like, when I really sat down and looked at all the photos, like, he looks a bit different, like, in some of them. Like, he messaged me and he's like, oh, I got a new haircut, do you want to see? Doesn't send a snap, sends, like, photos in the chat. It's just all a bit strange. Anyways, next we're gonna do eyebrows. I don't really know how to do my eyebrows, I just kind of wing it. So, yeah. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, so he'd just send lots of photos in the chat and stuff. And, like, I am a very big cat person. I love cats. And he sent me a photo of, like, his cat. Who knows if that was his cat? Anyway, so I was just thinking, oh, also, this was what I was gonna say before. He'd send me videos of him playing the guitar, and, like, every single video had, like, he was wearing a different outfit, and it was never, like, his face wasn't in any of the videos. It was always, like, neck downwards type thing. Every single video, like, the guitar was different, his outfit was different, and, like, the setting was different, so, like, that was a bit weird. Like, but I was like, oh, well, maybe he just has different guitars, maybe he was wearing different outfits, like, you know, maybe it's just different parts of his house. Like, I was justifying it all. But I did have, like, a bad gut feeling about this all, which I should have trusted, because when you have a bad gut feeling, you trust it. Do not ignore it, because then this happens. Anyways, oh, did I just, like, touch my eyebrows? After I'm gonna take the Tarte concealer for under my eyes. And he sent me a video. I don't think I ever told him that I like the Smiths, and but he sent me a video of him playing my favorite song by the Smiths on the guitar, and I was like, oh, what a coincidence, like, we both had the same. Shut up. There were too many coincidences. I'm just stupid is the moral of the story. Anyways, then I, like, got him, because, like, we, like, the thing was that, like, we, like, bonded over music. Like, that's really the only reason I didn't block him when I should have, is because I was like, yeah, but he's got such good taste in music, like, I can't, you know. That was my way of justifying it. Oh, yeah, so, like, we always talked about music and stuff. So then, I have this app called Airbuds, which is where you, like, I have it with my friends, like, where you, like, see what your friends are listening to, and you can do, like, little reactions with emojis and stuff. This is a different concealer that I'm using for the rest of my face. It's very good. It's from Kim's Warehouse. Not that expensive. Very good. Highly recommend. Anyways, so yeah, I told him to get the app, and, then he does, we're, like, reacting to each other's music. It's all chill. Then, anyways, one day, I am, like, I'm, like, responding to his message, and then his Bitmoji pops up, and, like, in the chat from him, it says, like, oh, are you the one that, I just said his name, I'll beep that out, are you the one that blank, his name, always talks about? And I was like, I hope so. And then they were like, oh yeah, he's, like, obsessed with you, he talks about you all the time. And I was like, oh my god, guys, he likes me. Anyways, and then it was, like, a photo of this girl, like a snap of this girl, and And I was like, okay, so one of his friends who's a girl, which I'm a very jealous person, so when I saw that there was a friend who was a girl snapping me from his phone, I was like thinking to myself, like, how did she get this? Like, is she like on his phone unlocked? Like, what's going on here? Like, then I started to get a bit weird from that. Anyways, so keep that in mind. Remember this. Everything comes back, guys. Anyways, so then he's like not responding to me. This is a new one. He's like not responding to me as much, like as fast at this point. Like he's getting left undelivered for like a while before he responds. Anyways, I saw on AirPods that he hadn't been listening to anything recently, and I was like, oh, it's weird, since we always talk about music, like he hasn't listened to anything in like ages. See that he's unfriended me on an app that I made him get. Interesting. And then I see his profile photo is a girl, and it's the same girl that like his friend who like snapped me from his phone saying like, oh, you're the one he's obsessed with. And then at that point I was kind of over it, because I was like, I was already suspicious about a lot of things, and I thought a lot of things were weird about him, and like I was like, he doesn't even want to see me. Like, this was kind of the last straw, so I unadded him. That was that. He was like out of my life, or so I thought. Anyways, then last night I get a message from a girl on Instagram, and she's like, hi, like, this is really random, but do you know, says his name, and I was like, oh my god. And so I just said like, no, like, I talked to him for a bit, but like I've never met him, so I don't know if he's real. And she was like, yeah, I'm just trying to find out if he's a real person. We've been talking for a while. I was like, oh my god, this man. So it turns out she is the girl that was his profile photo. So, okay. Getting ahead of myself. So they've been talking for a bit, and I'm like thinking he probably started talking to her when he was still talking to me. Like, and then I'm like asking her, like, did he like send you poems as well? And she was like, yeah, he does. And like, we were just like saying like, oh, what did he say about this? Like, we were just like kind of debunking some of his lies, because she's like, oh, what sports did he say he plays to you? And it's like different to what he said that he plays, like what he said he plays to her is different to what he said to me. So we're like, okay, so this guy's full of shit, essentially. So he's an asshole, that's fun. And then we were like, would it be funny if we just like messaged him? Because I still like I didn't have him on Snapchat, but I still followed him, and he followed me on Instagram. So I was like, so I messaged him, and I was like, hey, just had a really fun chat with my, ooh, that was probably a lot. Oh well. With my new best friend, and then I said her name, and he was like, oh no. He was starting to panic now, and he was like messaging me and frantically, and he was like, Mia, does she know like that we know each other? Like, don't tell her. Like, she's asking if I know you now. Like, don't tell her we know. Like, and it's just funny because we've already had this full-on chat about him. And then I was just kind of like being a bitch to him, essentially. I was just kind of yelling at him a lot, saying like, and he was like, are you mad at me? And I was like, well, you know, you did start talking to this girl when we were still talking, so yeah, I'm not thrilled with you, actually. And yeah, I was just saying that he's weird, and how we were talking about how he's not a real person, like, but we said all this as a joke, like, that he's not a real person, because, like, he was shady, but, like, we didn't really have proof, so we're just like, oh, he's just weird. Like, the situation's just weird. Anyways, like, I was half joking, I was a bit scared at this point as well. Anyways, then, find out today that the, because how she found me was, because I've reacted to some of his songs on AirPods, so she saw, like, my reactions, and then thought that I was, like, a friend or something, and then asked. Anyways, she told me she, so he told her that this random girl is his sister, And then she found the girl on Instagram, messages her. She doesn't know who he is. She has no clue who he is. Like, it's just weird. Anyways. And...
ready?
Yeah.
Cool, we gotta go.
Okay. Okay, I have to go, but, like, essentially, he, like, told, like, just weird things. Like, he, like, the profile photo was her, and so I was like, oh, so he did start talking to you when he was still talking to me, because when I messaged him, he was like, no, I didn't start talking to him when we were still talking, whatever. He's blocked, by the way. Like, I sent him a little message, and I was like, so you're like an asshole, and I hope for your sake the next girl is, like, really naive, but if she's not, like, you know, no friend for me and this other girl, like, and I was just taking the piss out of him. Anyways, when I said before that he, like, sent me a photo of, like, his friend, that was a photo that this girl who I'm now messaging, that was a photo of her that she sent to him. He's not real. And we're like, this man's not even real. Like, he's, like, stolen someone's identity for sure. And now I'm, like, scared, because I've snapped him. So, like, what if he, like, uses a photo of me and sends it to someone else? Because, like, the two of us can't be, like, the only ones. Like, there's definitely other people he's doing this to as well. So, it's just all a bit creepy. Also, like, we were talking about it, the first thing they said to me when we started talking was, like, what's your music taste? Because I love music. First thing he said to her was, do you run? She's a runner. And he was talking to me about cats, and, like, she told me she likes yoga, and he, like, always talks to her about yoga, like, before she even told him. So clearly he's, like, done some digging. Also, she sent me the poems he sent her. They're the exact same to the ones he sent to me. Bitch. Like, I actually felt special, but whatever. But, like, I do still feel kind of special, because it's like, someone went through all this effort to stalk me and, like, be weird to me. Like, no, I'm joking. It's kind of, like, it is quite scary. And I, like, want to delete Snapchat, and, like, now I'm just scared. What if he sends a photo of me to someone? Like, what if he pretends to be me? And, like, talks to someone? Like, what if he, like, she was saying this, what if he, like, decides to swap genders, and, like, because this is probably, like, some 70-year-old man, because he was always messaging us, like, in school hours. He never, like, said what school he went to. Like, also, apparently he's in Italy now, according to her. Like, it just doesn't add up. It really doesn't. But I've got to go. But, this was the finished look. Essentially, don't be naive, trust your gut, don't talk to strangers, and yeah.